Wow, Sentaro, I'm really glad that you find the time in this busy time. I know you are so busy person in your university. Let's make small introduction. Can you tell us, the Polish coaches, about a little bit about yourself, your role, and your university?
All right. My name is Sentaro Koshida, and then thank you for inviting the great session of the your judo podcast. And then my role in university is I am the full-time professor in the Department of Judo Therapy and Sports Medicine, Ryotokuji University, Japan. Ryotokuji University is located near Tokyo, which is the capital city of Japan. Then my main role as a sports scientist and the strength and conditioning coach for my club team is basically the provide their conditioning support, especially for the judo club teams, student athletes. Then occasionally I'm working with the professional athletes for their support. So that's my main role.
Yes, I remember when I visit you in 2019, when you show me the whole facility. I was really
Hmm.
impressed. You know, I'm big fan
Okay.
for Japan philosophy. I see your lab, I see your equipment. It's really impressive when we talk about the university, how well
Hmm.
equipped, and also
Hmm.
how big collaboration is between
Hmm.
club and the university. This is why I wanted to mention that, because people listen to us and sometimes they think like universities is just for research and that
Hmm.
this is the best. And then
Hmm.
if we talk about the training, it's better to university not be involved just because coaches have different ideas. And from
Hmm.
your university, what I saw,
Hmm.
you are very
Hmm.
closely collaborating with each other, try really to
Hmm.
enhance performers for judo athletes. I'm right?
Hmm. Yes, you are right. Like this is I think it's Japan, the university system, uh, very unique style. Then the club team and the university is barely close to collaborate very strongly. So that we can use a lot of resources like research resources. We can apply the research to the club team, and also we can collect the data from the club team athletes, so that we can develop together. So in Japan, the Jigoro Kano, Mr. Jigoro Kano said, "Jita Kyoe," which is we have to develop each other. Like a mutual relationship is very important for the growth.
Yeah, this is the great sentence. And you mentioned that in your university you got also professional gym. Can you a little bit say what kind of athletes work there and training there, just to show the Polish coaches what level of athletes you have possibility to support?
Okay, all right. Our professional team, I think we have right now almost 20 athletes. Most of them are top level judo athletes in Japan. One of them, just one athlete, he hopefully he can go to the Olympics, Tokyo Olympics game 2021. His name is Aaron Wolf. He's under 100 kilogram category. Then well, I think he's the number one prospective in our professional team. And also we have a very strong female athlete as well, under 48 and under 52. They are also the medalist. One of them a gold medalist in the judo World Judo Championship 2017. Her name is Shishime.
Oh,
So where we have a really strong strong judo team, the professional team. So.
I remember when I was working there in your university. I remember the big
Hmm.
poster on
Hmm.
the way when enter and said, "This is one medalist. This is another." I said, "Hey, this is
Right,
Aaron
right,
Wolf." Yeah, yeah, it's him. And I remember this situation. And then
right.
we go to your lab, and it was really great time.
Yeah,
Perfect.
thanks. Thanks. Yeah.
Sentaro, we met because we have common friend, and this is Dr.
Mm-hmm.
Kimi Sato.
Kimi.
He is
Yeah. Yeah.
also researcher. Tell
Mm-hmm.
me, because you know also with Kimi very well, you both are have the
Mm-hmm.
great strength conditioning philosophies, and
Mm-hmm.
our audience don't know too much Kimi, but strength conditioning coaches in Poland know Kimi very, very well. But I wanted to
Mm-hmm.
ask you about your philosophy. What is your strength conditioning philosophy to support judo athletes? What are the key values that you will
Mm-hmm.
focus on to help
Mm-hmm.
players move better, train better, maybe less injuries? Can you
Mm-hmm.
tell our coaches a little bit about that?
Okay, well, it's kind of okay. It's pretty difficult question for me actually, because first, my key philosophy, because I am working for the student athletes mainly. So, number one, my priority is providing them safe environment to train. This is a very important thing for me because there's so many athletes who really want to be better, stronger, but they kind of ignore about like recovery, like injury prevention, those kind of things. So like they have to work as hard as they can, but in the safe environment. This is, I think, key. Well, they have to know their body, their limitation, the thing that they shouldn't do, the thing they should do for better training. So I have to teach or coach them, how to train effectively and then as hard as they can in the safe environment. So my philosophy is training safety or judo safety. Is that
Yeah, no,
did I answer your question?
yeah, this is during this old times when we talk about the
Mhm.
safety. This is one of the very key points, and many times we not think about care about how safety environment is. We just go
Mhm.
little blind dogs and just train and
Right,
then
right,
go. And based on
right.
that, what you just said, maybe it's very good to and make a point for coaches. Pay
Right.
attention to the details, create
Hmm.
safe environment for your
Right.
athletes,
Right.
make them learn or help them to develop the skills to care about themselves, teach
Right.
them how to recover better, maybe give
Hmm.
them the points that they can develop, like, okay, if you got pain, not ignore it, check it. If
Hmm.
you twist the ankle or do something with injury, check it.
Hmm.
Be sure that it's not that will put your body in the risk, because we know that all injuries in judo is so much contact sport that injuries occur.
Right.
But we know also, and we have this discussion when we
Hmm.
was offline, that the injuries occur in judo and
Hmm.
can be prevented, or possibility
Right.
can go down if we care
Right.
about small details. So
Right.
not
Exactly.
ignoring the symptoms of, if you got a little bit twisted ankle, care about this.
Hmm.
There is a lot of safety environment that you can
Right.
use to help the athletes. We
Right.
have this also discussion, the small little bit ice tapes,
Hmm. Right.
foam
Right.
rolling, and all those kinds of stuff. And when we
Right.
was talking about the recovery, what kind of the recovery methods the students in your, how you teaching, and what they can use in your university?
Okay. Well, I think two important keywords. One is the monitoring.
Okay.
Second one is awareness.
Mm.
So like have to monitor their condition like, objectively, like say range of motion or like muscle soreness. Those kind of like a physical sign, we have to check it. So like I'm asking the student supporter, student trainer to check the student athlete like before every practice. Then so that this way the student athlete get to know their condition in the objective measures. The second thing, the awareness, they have to aware of their condition by themselves. Say like, my shoulder is kind of hurt, or my ankle is kind of moving funny, or something like that. They have to, the increase the level of awareness toward the body. Is that way? I think that leads to the decrease the injury occurrence. So, well, education, coaching, awareness, and also monitoring. Those kind of tool is the my is in my toolbox. That's how I teach or I coach athletes to prevent injury.
Yeah,
Mhm,
it's good point. And talking about the monitoring, I remember my time with China judo national
mhm,
team. The one
mhm,
of the key parts of our practice with the key players was very
mhm,
similar, checking range of motion, but
mhm,
not just to tell for our audience, not all range of motion. Mostly what we was checking the hip movement,
mhm,
what range of motion of the hip they have,
mhm,
shoulder, and the
mhm,
T-spy rotation. For me, this was the key to check with the key players, or they,
mhm,
I within the time that I was alone for 20 athletes, we just developed the
mhm,
skill set. So they check and say, Bart, hey, I got problem. I feel, can you check that it's moving well? Because I'm
mhm,
not feeling the same as I felt some
mhm,
days ago. When you talk about the soreness, is also probably the measure of how athletes
mhm,
perceive the pain or soreness, because we
mhm,
got so many athletes that are robots and they not feel the pain
mhm,
even you hit them in the hammer in the knee. so
mhm,
so so this is
mhm,
this is what I think also like their opinion about the pain. But
mhm,
for monitoring, of course we can use the technology,
mhm,
and the technology just giving the coaches idea that
mhm,
exists to
mhm,
prepare athletes and see
mhm,
what the nervous system, what the body conditions, what the heart
mhm,
is ready for. And we wanted to tell the coaches that listen to us, there are the
mhm,
tools. I was using Omega Wave, I was using
mhm,
HRV
mhm,
also with athletes,
mhm,
and this is the key tools that helps
mhm,
us. And there are not expensive tools that can be
mhm,
implemented to the team, or for even
mhm,
if some athletes, you can ask your
mhm.
grandmother or mother to buy you this gift for the Christmas, and you pay like, I don't know, 200
Sure.
bucks, and then you can
Mhm,
care about yourself and how your status are, of course. And I think
mhm,
this what you mentioned is one of the very good points for also for
mhm,
coaches. And
mhm.
when I will go a little bit deeper, because I wanted to go
Okay.
from the recovery methods. Japan is well
Okay.
known from manual therapy. Right now, what I know, what I observe, Japan also changing, going more for new physiotherapy strategies,
Mhm.
like
Okay.
some corrective exercises, more strength training.
Mhm,
And I got the question to
mhm,
you: do you think the strength training for judo
mhm,
can be
mhm.
injury prevention?
Yes and no. Well, I think it depends on the athlete. For athletes who don't have enough strength, sure, the strength training, like basic strength training, is working for this performance enhancement as well as injury prevention. But like a top athlete, uh, I'm not sure if the or like a basic strength trainings work as an injury prevention. Of
Yeah.
course, to some extent, yes, but I think they have something that's more effective approach
Mm.
to decrease the risk of injury. So my answer here is probably depending on athletes. So probably young athletes, yes, but
Perfect.
yeah,
For
elite
more
athlete, I don't think
advanced
so.
elite athletes, they need different
Mhm.
approaches, maybe more
Yes, that's what
accessory.
I think.
Yeah, yeah, I agree, because basic training, I fully agree, but for some athletes they need more specific work. Maybe this can be
Hmm.
some core DNS, PNF patterns. There be
Right,
dynamic
right, right,
stabilization. That can
right,
be
right.
more dynamic stability. Maybe can be some single leg, single arm work. Of
Mhm.
course, elite is elite. This we talk about 1% of the population, and I
Right, right.
fully agree with that. I wanted
Yeah.
to add on based on your experience. What
Hmm.
is your focus right now on a
Hmm.
research perspective about the judo? Maybe you can share what type of research you've done in the past and
Okay.
maybe what
Okay.
kind of the topics are interesting for you regarding judo, because I know you are a big fan for judo,
Hmm.
judo research, and we have
Hmm.
couple of plans to make something. I hope when this COVID-19, we got big plans
Hmm.
to see in
Right.
Tokyo last summer,
Right.
but it's a little bit
Right.
postponed. I hope we'll
Right.
have this possibility, and
Hmm.
tell us about that.
Okay. Well, talking about my research, well, I think I told you when you were here, in the conversation. I'm more like a research guy, rather than like a practicing guy. So, well, what I'm doing right now is the how we can prevent like severe injury, like head injury, from the occurring in the judo athlete, especially in young judo athletes. So in Japan, we had a huge problem. Not in the Europe, but in Japan, there's so many severe head injury occurred during like early 20s to 2010, 2012, somewhere around. So we have to work on the decreasing the number of the severe head injury in judo, because their parents don't want the kids to practice judo anymore. Like, hey,
Oh,
judo is very dangerous, so don't do it. So parents were starting saying something like that.
okay.
So I didn't like it. So I started my research to, the head injury prevention research. So what I did so far is like usually the basically using the biomechanical, the motion analysis technique, like the analysis, the breakfall, ukemi techniques, then to the characteristics of the breakthrough technique between the experienced and the beginner judo athletes. That's what I have been done in the last several years. But right now, what I'm doing is using this. This is the like mouse guard.
Mm,
Then in the mouse guard, the IMU, like gyro sensor in it. So basically, this can measure the acceleration and the rotation velocity occurred in the head during the practice. So
oh,
I asked the judo athlete to put this mouse guard during the practice. Then they practice, right? So in the real time situation, I can measure how much force applied in their head during the practice or competition.
oh.
So
Yeah,
that
because you can
way,
use mouth guard. Yes, you can use mouth guard on it.
exactly. So that's a very difficult point in judo, monitoring something during the judo, because we cannot put any
Sense.
hard stuff
Yes.
outside the body during the judo practice or competition. So cannot use the like helmet, cannot use the like some sensor put on the
Yeah,
head,
yeah,
or
yeah.
cannot do it. So using this mouse guard is, I think, they are so far the best choice to monitor the any like force data applied to the head. Well,
Mm.
anyways, I'm right now I'm trying to, well, this COVID-19, as you said, this COVID-19 thing makes me very difficult to keep researching.
Yeah, I
But
know. No, 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 no students right now on university.
exactly. So yeah, but hopefully, the 2021, I can start using this
More
the
and
very sophisticated material, the device, to collect the real-time head impact data during the judo practice and competition. This data probably can provide the people who are worried about the how dangerous judo is. The data. Well, actually, I think judo is pretty safe sport
Mm.
as long as they acquire the proper judo ukemi skill, breakfast skill. So
Oh,
I really want to prove that.
okay.
So using this device,
Y-
prove the safety of judo, and then well, that's what my future research is.
What I
Then
think,
probably.
yeah,
Mhm,
what I think, what you're saying about the research, I got just in my mind is
mhm,
people not thinking how important is proper techniques in ukemi. When you go
mhm,
do your ukemi, there's no
mhm.
know how important is the coaching
Right,
skills to teach the
right,
kids.
right.
This is our responsibility for the judo coaches, for researchers, strength conditioning coaches, to make
Mhm.
the again safety environment. This is
Exactly.
very important to provide the kids in the
Mhm,
safest way, create awareness first of all the coaches that
mhm,
will listen to us, the
mhm,
parents that, hey, we care about your kids, we care
mhm,
about how they develop. We know the
mhm.
judo is some kind impactful sport, but
Right.
through gentle techniques, through the gentle development of the body,
Mhm,
with the
mhm.
quality of movement, we want to make the kids stronger, not put
Right,
them in the risk. And your
right.
point about the head injuries is amazing. This,
Mhm,
this point I really like, and I wanted to really emphasize that. Let's pay attention to quality. Let's pay
mhm.
attention for the skills. Just not do some ukemis to doing ukemis for the warm up, but let's
Right.
give the weapon. This can
Mhm,
be lifelong weapon for the
mhm,
kids that learn judo. They will be older. Maybe one day they
mhm,
slip, they go to the bathroom, coming out from the toilet, they can slip,
mhm.
they know how to fall down. You get older, we got a lot of injuries for falling down.
Exactly, exactly, exactly. Then this is a true story, but I had a lot of story about judo expert. Say one of my friend who is a judo, I think medalist in the some like international competition like you. Then he said he got hit by car, but he didn't get any injury because of the breakfast gaming. Well, I had those kind of story. Uh, the occasionally I had those kind of stories. So, as you said, the ukemi skill is like a, lifelong skill that we need to
What a
acquire.
lifelong weapon. This is lifelong
Yeah,
weapon. This
lifelong.
is a
Exactly.
body armor, in my opinion, because the topic that you mentioned in
Hmm.
all sport regarding
Hmm.
boxing, MMA, taekwondo,
Hmm.
all Olympic
Hmm.
sports, MMA now, they
Hmm.
really pay attention. Me and my friend Amit,
Hmm.
we was lucky to write the chapter for new Ian Jeffries book, Strength Conditioning, and
Oh, okay.
we put a lot of emphasis for the head injuries for MMA. But what I
Okay.
wanted to say that all things that happen in our head
Hmm.
are very important. All the
Right.
CTEs, this all impact forces,
Right.
the generation of
Hmm.
the brain. We
Hmm.
are more aware as the coaches about this happen. Let's make an
Hmm.
our, as you said, our environment much more healthier.
Hmm.
Let's
Right.
provide the really like a safety guarantee to parents, that
Hmm.
giving the
Hmm.
kids to our hands to develop them,
Hmm.
and saying not you will
Hmm.
learn judo, you will
Hmm.
learn lifetime skills to maybe one
Exactly.
day can
Yeah.
help your life,
Hmm.
can
Hmm.
help your health,
Hmm.
because we know that not every kid will be the world champion or Polish champion or Japan champion,
Right.
but what we should
Right.
focus on, giving
Hmm.
them these key values that are around judo, beside
Hmm.
body health,
Right.
discipline, competition,
Right. Right.
dealing with stress, dealing with the
Hmm.
body, not giving up,
Hmm. Hmm.
consistency. This is
Hmm.
judo.
Right. Well, I 100% agree. Yeah. I think
And
you are totally right.
And this is, people need to understand, judo can help us and help
Mm-hmm.
young generations, can help
Right.
move better. We
Mm-hmm.
move on the much more quality.
Mm-hmm.
This can also, right now, what happened? Look, we are right now too much in the flex position, watching all time the
Mm-hmm.
phones. We are
Yeah. Right.
putting
Mm-hmm.
ourselves, we
Right.
extend all muscle from the backside, making here tight. So
Mm-hmm.
judo with the proper ukemi skills can teach you how to have the balance also in the neck. Great.
Right.
And I really
Right.
like your type of research. Do you have any other
Mm-hmm.
stories that you would like to share, or any other research topic you are focusing on besides safety, or maybe some
Mm-hmm.
your goals that you would like to measure in the future or help
Mm-hmm.
more wide population in judo?
Okay. Well, see. Yeah, it's okay. It's a great question, actually. Great question. Well, right now I'm focusing on the head injury prevention study. So, but in the future, well, of course, I used to work not full time, but I used to uh, long time like strength conditioning coach for the university judo team before, like I don't know, several years ago. And then right now I'm in the research field, but I of course I have to do something to contribute on the strength conditioning field in judo as well, because they are in the history. Uh, well, no, I don't know about Europe, but the history of Japanese judo, the strength conditioning program is not utilized well to develop the judo athlete in Japan. Well, some elite athletes still say like, well, strength conditioning program is not really good. Some people, some coach, great coaches, some coaches still say that. So I have to break this culture, then provide them how important is how important the strength conditioning is to develop the judo performance.
Yeah.
Do you
Yeah,
understand what I'm
yeah, I
saying?
understand. So
So
making
so
the
I
summary. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think this is
yeah
whole world.
mhm.
I think
Ah,
this is,
okay, whole world, but
I think it's not only Japan.
mhm.
Everybody, old coaches saying the best gym you can do on the mat. I can agree
Right.
with that,
Mhm.
but body is need adaptation. Body need
Right.
external load in certain amount angles and movements. And I was
Right.
watching almost all available strength
Mhm.
training from the Japan national team athletes,
Mhm.
like Ono, like
Okay.
Abe, like all those
Okay.
guys.
Okay.
And
Mhm.
sorry, they working us off to
Okay.
keep the body healthy. It's
Mhm.
maybe it's not the goal is not only to increase the strength and power, but is to
Mhm.
keep body healthy to sustain
Right.
judo training. You agree with me
Right.
or not?
Yes, I am. I totally agree with you. Yeah.
This is why the key for the strength conditioning, strength training is not only to be
Mhm.
more stronger, more explosive. Guys, listen
Mhm.
to this. If you want to spend more quality time on the mat,
Mhm.
care about your
Mhm.
body. Care about your body,
Exactly.
add your
Mhm.
natural ability to have to sustain impact, to fall down,
Mhm.
give your body
Mhm.
conditioning so you can go do more efficient
Mhm.
way, because everybody
Mhm.
can go to the one practice and die after 10 minutes and then sit another 2 hours in the corner and cry. No, it's not judo.
Mhm.
uh,
Right.
I'm missing the time right now being a little bit outside of the mat because
Mhm.
of the Olympic preparation, just going and
Mhm.
enjoy the movement.
Okay.
But
Mm.
daily I care about my body as much. When I come
Mhm.
back, I will not I will not destroy myself, and this will be also key point for this. We was talking about the current situation. We was talking about your research. I got one question, and
Okay.
probably you a little bit answer on that, but I wanted to ask you, and I think will be the last question. And
Okay.
we have certain amount articles about that in the world, and my question would be, in your opinion, why any Japanese athletes, we can take Abe, we can take Sohei Ono, we can take Wolf,
Mm-hmm.
are so
Mm-hmm.
explosive? Do you think is the talent? This is technique. This is the power. This is
Mm-hmm.
combination of both, or this is just the Japanese way of teaching through repetitions, and they can
Mm-hmm.
transfer this power through the movement. What is your opinion about that?
Okay, well, yeah, this is only my personal
Yeah,
opinion
personal
because
opinion. We
I'm
want
not
to
working for
personal opinion.
the elite athlete. But well, my opinion, that is of course the combination. Well, because the I saw the movie, that Ono Shohei is doing workout. He's using a very very heavy weight. Oh my God,
No, no,
he's really strong, physically strong, really really strong, but his technique is also great. And then well that is, I think, the I'm sorry, this is a school thing. But
no problem.
anyways, uh, well, Ono, Abe, any L athlete has both. Really, really, so that's why they're elite. You do cannot perform such explosive movement with only one component. The if the person who has really great strength but no skill cannot show that this explosive movement, because probably it's not effective approach to apply the force to the opponent. But of course, if people has the athlete has great skill, but if no strength or very small
Amount. Yeah, yeah,
strength
yes.
power amount of power, cannot the perform the explosive movement. So what they have both in very high level, both is like very very high. So like probably 100 strength, 100 skill,
Like a
multiple
like a
together,
game.
then
We got the skills 100 and
exactly
100. Yeah.
exactly. So why I said, well, that's why they are great. That's why they are number one. That's why they are elite. So to be the elite, to perform the such explosive, the excellent technique, uh, they have to have both, or that judo athlete has to have no, I think not only skill, not only strength, and also more,
More.
probably like
Yes.
balance, or maybe some like instinct, like timing, and then they
Accusation.
have to, yeah, they have to train so many years to acquire that skill, probably from the childhood, maybe during the gold age or something
Yeah.
like that. So
Yeah, was also thinking, because sometimes, as a strength conditioning coach, we focus on the one part. We just want to say, hey, make the athlete stronger. No, this is what we want to also emphasize
right,
to our coaches. Besides
right,
strength training, the skills that you can develop on the mat, please
right.
teach your athletes proper
Hmm.
stance, proper
Hmm.
technique, proper
Hmm.
kuzushi. Pay
Hmm.
attention to the hip movement, ankle movement, because this can create a perfect performers,
Right.
perfect efficiency, and this
Hmm.
can help facilitate the power transfer through the
Hmm.
movement, through the throw. So
Hmm.
again, this will require not only the knowledge but also
Hmm.
education knowledge about proper positioning, maybe grip, maybe continuous to the grip, how to hold, when, how to balance the body, how to balance
Hmm.
with the torso, how to not be break up. And this is so many things that we can learn as a coaches and pay
Hmm.
attention through. And as you said, learn this as soon as possible in the gold
Hmm.
age era. So I wanted to
Right.
ask, and this is my promise, one last question to you. In
Hmm.
your opinion, gold age era for the young kids for judo, when it is?
Well, that's very, very difficult question. Uh, it's really hard, but the definitely under age of 10, because they are, but many judo athletes like starting judo, well, like say, I think like the Nomura,
Yeah,
do
yeah,
you
yeah,
know
of
him, right?
course.
I think he started practicing judo very, very young age. Then many athletes who got gold medal started judo at very, very young age. So I'm not sure
Okay,
exactly,
okay.
but I think start practicing judo maybe
Early
like
age.
yeah, early age, like 4, 5.
Yeah,
Then
I,
yeah, of course gradually
of course.
the yeah.
But
So what?
it's very
Okay.
important. Why I ask this question, because we know we talk about certain periods of the kids' development, and
Okay.
and we got this. You need to develop this skill, this skill. Now you can add strength and this.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly for judo,
Mm-hmm.
it's a little bit like China table tennis. Judo is a
Okay.
skill, so you need to
Mm-hmm.
develop the movement patterns if you want
Mm-hmm.
to be elite as soon as possible. It's not
Right.
about the technique; it's about the movement patterns, how to
Mm-hmm.
feel the body. Because
Mm-hmm.
judo, again, is a great balance training. It's a great
Right.
development training for the
Mm-hmm.
brain, and this is
Mm-hmm.
why we should emphasize this to other people and say, hey, this is how we should do it. Tell you guys very honest. My son, after coming back from China in
Mm-hmm.
age of 3.5, start
Mm-hmm.
judo training.
Okay.
3.5, he started judo training. He got the great possibility to go once a week for judo, fun judo
Mm-hmm.
school that's made
Mm-hmm.
in Wrocław, and he's love it.
Mm-hmm.
He's practicing when I was Poland. Right now, being in China is a little bit different. He's asking
Mm-hmm.
me every day. He calling dad, when we come back, when we can do judo, when we can head. And we got the mat in our house. One day
Okay.
maybe
Wow. Yeah,
uh,
yeah. You told me that. You told me that. Yeah.
this was the great.
That's great.
Remember when I was calling you and I say, "Hey, can you help me buy for 2, 3 year old judogi in Japan?" I made it, and this is a great point. And I'm a little bit aware parent because I am the
Uh-huh.
parent, but I also
Okay.
agree. Starting early with the specialization for
Uh-huh.
movement, giving this the kids chance. Maybe they can
Uh-huh.
turn the sport. They can go soccer. They can
Mm-hmm.
go other, but they will have something already done. So not worry
Right.
about it. And really, wanted to thank you for your opinion, for your insight. I hope this will be very valuable for all Polish coaches. I hope this is not our first meeting. I will also ask you once again after maybe Olympics, we'll do something together. Also, you know that you
Sure.
are invited to Poland to our Polish Strength Conditioning Association conference. We will do this,
Mhm.
and so also
Okay.
Combat Sport Performance Summit. I really wanted to thank you for your time. You're a busy man.
Thank
It's
you for inviting.
it's not easy to right now deal with this, but we stay positive. Let's
Okay,
make
sure.
let's make and put the message out. Judo is safe. Judo is an amazing environment to develop, and let's develop first ourselves to help others. And I think
Mhm.
this is from our conversation great point. And I wanted to say again thank you and stay in touch and stay safe, my friend. If you got any couple
Sure.
words for summary for Polish coaches, what you would like to make a summary for them, do it now.
Okay, well, all right. Thank you for inviting again for the this great podcast thing. I really appreciate it, and I hope I can give you some. I could give you some advice for coaching judo in Poland. But well, I have a lot of great coaches, friends in Japan. So well, hopefully they also can attend the Bart's judo podcast, then we can not only like teaching. I really would like to share the information how to develop the judo athlete, safely and effectively. And hopefully the judo judo through the judo experience, the kids can get some like lifelong tool, lifelong skill, lifelong strong point, then so that they can live
Longer.
happy, yeah, happy, happily ever after.
Yeah. Thank you for your time. Stay in touch. And